on Wednesday, and like they've only played 8 games so far. There are plenty more opportunities before cross-conference ends.
And of course, one of the strengths is that even when you're just changing a single player, in JD's case, they are changing up their AD carry and jungle position, so 2 players, it is a reset for mentality. So at very least for this series, it could be enough to get them over the line, or at least back into the series if they manage to take this game. But long-term, again, I'm never a fan of these types of swaps and subs.
That being said, EDG doing the same thing. They've got Hope as the AD carry. iBoy sitting out for the day. But it is not a mid-series substitution. So perhaps, like we said, this could have been something prepared for the likes of the team, as Mako now has to pair with this new Kog'Maw, and still seems to be doing a pretty good job of keeping him safe.
I mean, we talked about this earlier on the day. You know, when you're comparing a lot of these AD carries, someone like iBoy, yes, I placed him in first place, but you also have to take that with a grain of salt that he's standing next to someone like Mako. And when you give Mako a brand new AD carry, top of the Chinese solo queue ladder in Hope, yeah, it wasn't a standout game, but there was never a point where like, wow, this guy's a step down. It was pretty clean. Yeah,
this is what you mentioned before. Because we were seeing Ray step forward so much, neither of the AD carries really had to. As Xiao Han now gets to set himself up on stage, make sure his chair is the correct height. You've got your mouse settings all plugged in correctly.
And it's also kind of a question of how they're going to perform underneath the spotlight, because with Xiaohan, it's also going to be the new ADC, so RD coming in over Logan, and this dramatically changes JD's identity. Logan has kind of stepped up. He's no longer that secondary side character. He has become a main character, a main protagonist for this team, and I don't know what to think there. It feels like you're subbing out one of your star players.
You're exactly right, and it feels so tragic too because JD seemed to have only just recently found that momentum and that identity with the likes of the team. Still, we'll have to see if this Jingdong can pull it together. There's still plenty of time, and you know that Game 3 could be a possibility if they take the series and they try to, take the Game 2 win and bring it back to a Game 3 series. That could give us some excellent tape of the 2 new players, but there's still quite a bit on the line. 4-4 in the middle of the standings. Jingdong chasing down playoffs in a very tough.
Banned out against Scout. That's 4 mid lane bans coming out from JDG. And on top of that, EDG, they've taken away 2 themselves, with Galio being taken away. Not much of a champion pool left for Scout to play. We'll have to see what he picks up into the Galio, with Braum being picked up for EDG and Skarner locked in for JDG.
Yeah, so far we've only seen the Corki kind of be left up against that matchup. It's not a great matchup, but you do have that edge in the late game team fight with all your crit items. Now we're seeing Jingdong really want to punish Hope. This is going to be Hope's first real test in the LPL as they pick up the Vars and the Janna lane.
Let's see if they lock that one in, but he's going to be tested against a Skarner as well. Everyone from JDG has a way to get into that back line and try and lock down the Kog'Maw. He's got a Braum to try and protect him, but a Janna Varus lane is no joke. EDG now have to show who they're going to be throwing into the mid lane against Yakal's Galio.
That's one of the worst matchups you can have in the bot lane. Both of your AD carry and your supports being countered. It's going to be up to, it's really going to be up to Haro to really save that lane. And the Corki, like I predicted, coming up for Scout.
That should be the lock-in of choice. So EDG, very similar to game number 1. Picking up the hyper carry on Raid. This time, no Shen though. Wasn't banned out. They could have gone towards it, but instead Mako pick up the champion that will be sitting in that bottom lane a little bit more, not able to help out Ray as he was in game number 1.
The things we do have to mention about this draft from EDG is that they have a very, very strong level 1. This is probably the best level 1 you could get, and with Skarner's trying to control Spires, we could see a very early fight.
Potentially. Most of the time, it's just been 2 teams swapping sides of the map, taking one of the Spires in each respective river. Now, if they do meet in that river, though, and they do pick the wrong target, it's not going to be great for JDG.
Yeah, I do think EDG is going to try for a level 1 grouping just because that will take a lot of pressure off of their bot lane. If they can force Jingdong to the other side of the jungle, that would be a massive win for Hope.
And it's another game where we're going to be seeing Ray picking up a split pusher. This time, however, against Zoom's Nah. This is the champion that we saw EDG ban during their second rotation in the first game. And Zoom was not able to control him on the top side of the map when he picked up the Camille. Yes, looked fine early. A couple of ganks didn't go in their favor, and suddenly Ray was unlocked.
This is the matchup where you really need some ganks coming in for Camille. If everything just goes smoothly, Gnar is actually not that afraid of the matchup. It really takes Camille to maybe 3 items to start winning it. And now with a lot of Gnars taking Phantom Dancer, a lot of times that matchup never goes to the phase where Gnar is severely under pressure. So it's gonna... This game is a lot of stress on Haro. He has to help his bot lane, and he has to help his top lane really start the split push as well.
Let's see if Haro can do just that. Because if Zoom can't control the top lane Ray for any reason, because we saw that last match, whether it's Haro being able to provide that pressure, whether it's Ray being able to shut him down, it could be a repeat of game number 1, where Ray is able to go 2-1 in the bottom lane. He's able to take down multiple structures and allow EDG to play that 1-4 comp that they showcased in the last match, which is really scary then, because that's a new playstyle coming out from EDG. This split, it's all been about team fights. It's all been about protecting their AD carry. And if they can change the way they're playing, it makes it a lot more difficult for teams to predict them as we approach halfway through the first split.
Old dogs can learn new tricks from EDG. Then their macro play looked incredibly clean. 1-4 is probably the hardest type of split push comp, I would say, to execute, just because your 4-man has to be so safe. And you also have to have very good communication with your split pusher. However, EDG, been able to do that perfectly is the really surprising thing for me.
It wasn't without their flaw. Good trades, and Na dropped his own boomerang. That Q is going to be off cooldown for a while. Haro is now behind him. Does he go for the initiation? Xiaohan is nowhere close.
There's a huge minion wave here. They're waiting for the E cooldown.
It is massive. Zoom's going to jump in first. Now Haro shows himself. They're locking down. Ray flash forward to get that stun. They chain stun as well. Double stun coming out from Zoom. Can he escape? He's going to flash away. Haro will follow through. Smacks him one more time, and first blood to EDG.
Great timing on the gank there for EDG, waiting for the minion wave to push back. And Haro, already in position. He waited there for almost 30 seconds, but the gank happened regardless. And
again, Ray getting good trades on the top side of the map against Zoom. Zoom's about to go mega. Doesn't connect with the stun, however.
Misses the W as well. The HP here really has to force someone from Jingdong to come and help out this top lane.
And it's going to be Yakao. He does have ultimate available. Will be spotted out by a control ward, though. So Ray knows this is coming. The slam backwards comes out from Zoom. Yakao's now going to try and jump in. Ray knew that he was here, but he still opts to go for the fight. Incredibly low now. This should be a kill going towards JD. He wants to try and kite through the brush, but it's not enough. Big mistake by EDG's top laner.
Yeah, Ray did have the chance to really walk away from
it. Good damage on this mid lane out of turret.
Ooh, Skarner is going to force scout away.
He's forced to flash away, but Yakao flashes forward as well. Uses the stopwatch early. There is no Sejuani here, and Skarner locks him down with a stun. They don't even need the Skarner ultimate, as Yakao's going to pick up another kill for himself, this time in the mid lane.
Oh, that's got to feel bad for Scout. He actually did place the ward down, but was caught out anyway. Kind of going over-aggressive in the situation, the 1v1 on Yakao.
Almost feels like JDG were downloading EDG in game number 1. Now they know exactly what force to be used by Galio.
They're going on Xiaohan instead.
Package to be used on top of the Scorpion as well. They get some damage, but that's about it.
Good defense here from Jingdong Gaming. Definitely spotted both members.
They're going back in. Double blast cone being used. Xiaohan looking to try and see if he can collapse on towards them. Locks down Sejuani first. Haro gets the uppercut as well as the taunt to it. Xiaohan just drags him back into Na. Yakao picks up his third kill and double buffs.
And here is the difference between Jingdong with main lane priority and without mid lane priority.
Especially when they were running iBoy. For JDG, we have the same questions before the match. Yes, they get an early game lead. They get 3 kills on Yakao. They get early turrets. Can they transition that into a late game or mid game fight? But they're trying to cut off that man. Yakao just gets locked down by everyone, and EDG find a pick.
Such a clever way. They avoided all the warding from Jingdong. They actually just went through the Raptors and basically all used their gap closers to go over there.
That's all that Hope has right now.
They do need to find opportunities to go into the enemy jungle, though. This is something that I really have to criticize Jingdong for. They had a lot of winning lanes and more lane priority, but they haven't been able to transition that into the enemy jungle.
And now they're trying to do just that. They're rotating into the mid lane, rotating into the jungle. In fact, Xiaohan flashes forward, even gets Hope Splash on top of that. Mako is going to fall, and moving straight into the jungle, they get a pick for themselves.
Great play. They should have been doing that a couple minutes earlier, but this is going to give them full Baron control.
Better late than never, and JDG are going to try and push. Hope is still rotating down. JDG just looking to try and control this Baron pit, but they force Ray back down into the bottom lane to defend the turret.
Yeah, but both of these top laners still have their teleports. It's about if Jingdong can get a pick here.
And they get him again! No! Once bitten, twice shy is not the case for Mako, because JDG find him again.
Jingdong taking a page from EDG's playbook, setting up the play on the exact same spot.
And you said it was a little bit too late, Clement, but they get Mako twice. You better run, forced to use the QSS, but can he keep going?
Oh,
that's
RD
a flash forward from RD! They take him down. Even Yakao wanted to join the fight. They get the mid laner from EDG.
and they are playing the 4-man game so perfectly right here. If you look at the 4 people from EDG, they don't have a lot of tanking power. They don't have a lot of stats. Haro hasn't even completed his Warmogs, so they know they can basically instantly kill any member here.
And Ray looks like he can't really control Zoom all that well, or can he? Because he's flashed forward on top of the Nah. Good damage coming out of Zoom. It's really close. Zoom's going forward as well. Boomerang Blade comes out, gets that kill. On the flip side, top side of the map, Barra's being worked on here. Haro's over the wall, looking to try to see if he can get into the fight. Lumao throws down his own ultimate, keeping his team healthy. Zoom has joined here. He is fairly low on health, but Yakal's threatening with a taunt. He goes over the wall, stops him. Haro can't get into the pit. He can't steal it, but what the heck? Mako throws out the winner's fight. How do you do that? He saves the game for EDG. He steals Baron from Jingdong.
4 games in a row, Jingdong gets their Baron stolen by someone. How is this even possible? They were playing a 5v3 scenario. Haro missed his flash over the wall, and EDG get Baron? I didn't even see that. I was watching Haro. I was like, okay, maybe Haro, this is their only chance, but Mako?
Look, spring is approaching here in Shanghai, but Mako says winter is still coming for you with this steal.
How did he even do that? He doesn't have his flash.
He just gives them the steel chair. Steel chair right to the Baron's face. Smackdown, pins him down. 1, 2, 3, you're out.
That must be a Kakuma pick up more items.
Well, they can try and lock down Ray. No flash available for Camille. Hook shot should be coming back up, but JDG get another pick for themselves. So do they? Ray, he's not able to get away. Flash forward coming out from Xiaohan. Now Mako, the man who stole Xiaohan's Baron, tries to come to the fight to save him. Not able to do so.
Pure disaster like that.
EDG are going to try and use the Baron the best they can, pushing through mid lane. Xiaohan is trying to collapse in. Yakal, no flash, does have flash. Sorry, they lock down Hope. Gets a big shield to kick things off. Yakal with the early Zonius to avoid the ultimate from Brom. Ray jumps back in. Corrupting Chase coming out from RD. Zoom gets the first kill onto the top laner. Yakal tries to protect.
We're seeing a bit from Ray.
Oh, Hope now looking to try and see if he can stand and deliver. RD using his own stopwatch. Lumao throws out the ultimate to keep him healthy. Xiaohan has the ultimate, drags back the ball, and Haro goes down. RD gets the kill, pushing onto mid lane in the turret.
Haro is not a tanky Sejuani at all, doesn't have the resolve tree, also very behind on his items, falls down instantly, and that was a very good flank from Xiao.
And what we've seen from them in game number 1 has just completely disappeared. We don't see the top side playing without their AD carry. We don't see them being able to split up the map up. And now JDG looking for more fights. Mako trying to run away, but they turn it around. Good damage on Xiaohan. Good protection though. Everyone just saves the Scorpion. He's now trying to retreat. Can Yakal survive? Forced to use the Zonia's Hourglass. Is he just a sacrificial lamb? Throws out the Winds of War. Ray comes to the backlines. EDG may have found the fight they want. First kill goes into a scout. Valkyrie forward. Hope's going to help him out to pick up the double, and the rest of JDG retreat. Jay's now jumping in. Zoom tries to stop it. Good double stun, but it's a triple kill for Scout. He is still going forward. EDG even teleporting back into the mid lane.
A 6v5 coming in, and EDG really outplaying the surprise attack from Jingdong. And Jingdong, it was in the middle of the lane.
And they did it. They found what they wanted. EDG got a 5-on-5 fight. Took Ray some time to get there, but the pick doesn't work out for Xiaohan. They might try and end the game. That's what they're looking to try and do, Clement.
Oh my god, that one misplay from Jingdong Gaming. They tried to overplay their hand. They had the pushing sideways, but still wanted to end early.
And they're able to take down the support as well. Scout looks for more blood. He gets the delayed pentakill. Doesn't quite count towards the stats, but EDG turn it around. They're going to pick up game number 2.
It's such a sudden turn of events. Jingdong didn't need to go for that play. They tried to push their luck. They were in the middle of nowhere. They had so many ways to outplay EDG, still wanted to go for something fast and quick. Look, for no reason.
New playstyles in game number 1. You bring in a new carry of Hope. You see EDG count their lucky stars with Mako Steel. Bring us up to 1977, Clement, because this is EDG A New Hope.
Definitely that new rise of a series coming out and showing a new face right there, being able to outplay the initiation from Jingdong, split-second reactions, being able to back away and then go back and punish the Jingdong overstep. Weird game from Jingdong though, very weird game.
One mistake, Clement. One mistake from JDG.
Yeah, and they really are still a team that's very much growing up. One of those up-and-coming teams. They had 3 winning lanes, had a chance to control the jungle. Really took too long to do it, and then went for such a risky play to end the game for themselves. Ray was already on the ropes. Hope didn't look like he could reach the late game. The map was in Jingdong's favor. Just rush play.
We said they didn't set up their strategy early enough. Better late than never. They pull it off 3 times in a row. Go towards Baron. Mako, of all people, steals it. And JD said, you know what? That's fine. They still find the picks after picks. Zoom still is able to take it to Ray. And they push hard for one more in the mid lane. It doesn't work out for Xiaohan.
I understand what they were trying to do. They thought they could get to